Yeah, and I guess, you know, we then had that really intimate, close connection for a very short time, and I guess we had hope. You know, we had hope that the outcome would be different. We had hope that the council would see the value of a 600-year-old tree, which is, I mean, actually the tree, we're not exactly sure of the age, but we know it was somewhere between the age of this building that I'm standing on, the Guildhall, and that slightly older church behind us, St John's. You know, and it just made me wonder what would happen if they came with a bulldozer and said, you know, actually this can no longer be there, you know, it's going to cost too money and there's an insurance claim and let's get the bulldozer and let's bring it down. I just wonder what the response of people in Peterborough would be. And certainly the local community that knew this tree intimately had, you know, that reaction. They were like, what, you can't take our tree? You know, that's what I look out of my window and see every morning. That's what I walk past. This tree is just so beautiful, and I don't think anybody needed to tell them facts about what an oak was or how much lived in it. They just intrinsically knew that this was their neighbour, this was their friend, and this was something that we should revere. So I think there was a huge amount of just shock that this happened. There was a last-minute hope that there could be an injunction, and that case went to the court. And then the county court sort of said, well, actually, you know, it's beyond my jurisdiction, off you go. And then they came and felled it very, very quickly. And, you know, people didn't have time to work out, do we have money to go to the High Court? You know, do we as citizens have that power to, you know, to stop this terrible outcome? But yeah, so the grief and the shock was just, I kind of felt like I was discombobulated. That was the only word I could come up with. I didn't know what it was. I was really angry, but I was also like really sad and really upset. And, you know, we have had a really lovely group of people and we were messaging each other, and it was quite clear that there was just all of this emotion just really high in the sky, and so it, you know, actually when we have grief as a community, it's really good to process grief together. It's really good to get together and be able to say what that means to us, and to, you know, it's okay to cry together, and it's okay because there's something about that that helps us move past. Otherwise that grief will be stuck in our body, and then we're disempowered and, you know, we're in fear. So, you know, I really, really have so much gratitude for everyone's turning up, and so much gratitude for people's bravery to speak, and, you know, that just gives me, I guess, a little bit of that hope again, even amidst this loss. So thank you.
Just a quick last couple of points I'd like to make, and then I promise I'll shut up. One thing I would like to say is that when we had the debacle at Ringwood, we had one police officer for every single resident. We had some reports of 25 police officers there, and they were marvellous. They were just doing their job. They didn't want to see the tree felled, but the council put 25 police officers. They treat a peaceful demonstration like a riot. And as an aside, a friend of mine and I were walking across Cathedral Square, and he was racially abused, filthy language used at him, and he said to me, just keep walking, be quiet, don't react, because they'll beat me up, and possibly you as well, just keep walking. There wasn't a policeman in sight, and yet when somebody sprayed graffiti on this building, they said, we'll put more police in Cathedral Square, we'll make sure this doesn't happen again. Now, it's a magnificent building, and of course it needs protecting, and of course people spraying graffiti on it is wrong. But is the building more important than citizens' safety? Should citizens be in fear of being in Peterborough city centre in 2022? I ask you, think when it comes to May, think. Make a change, please.